Fetish lifestyle, so rich and famous. Robin Lee took it. Jealous, 500,000 for the school. Taking trips from here to Rome. So if you ain't got no money, take your broke ass home. Oh, you got it.
What's up, Snooze Daily? Welcome to Champagne and Conversations. How are you?
I'm chilling. How we doing, yo? What's going on?
Yes, cheers to you, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you all to a special edition of Champagne and Conversations. Snooze, we appreciate you joining us on this Friday evening to share new music. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we are excited. Snooze decided to return to the show. We have had him as a guest, of course, when we were featuring his first single, Oh Lord. And that, of course, was produced by friends to the show, Haj G, as we know, Phantom of the Beats. And now we are back with part two, which is Beast and Wolverines. And that too has been produced by Phantom of the Beats, but you're featuring someone on this one. Can you talk to us about it?
I'm featuring my bro, Ryan Recker.
Okay.
And my sister, Jaleisha Sings is doing the hook.
Oh, cool. Yes. I really like it. It has a mix of old hip hop and kind of a pop type of feel to it. So I certainly think it's dope, and lyrics definitely. I clipped a part of it to put on our announcement for you coming on the show, and that was like my little part, the 2020 vision. That's
okay.
All the time.
All right. No problem.
Yes, so Snooze Daily with his new single, guys. Check it out, and it's streaming everywhere, Snooze.
Streaming on all major platforms. Video is out now on YouTube.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to paint a picture for people, and just be different. And I don't want to do the visuals with all the women and the cars and the money. I'm trying to just do things different and try and show a storyline in a picture, And Beast of Wolverine is basically set in the future. It's kind of fortunate for me that they tried to do that AI rapper, because that's basically what I was talking about.
Okay.
And they wind up trying it right before we actually released the video. So it was a basic thing of saying how they clone, the dope rappers to make these AI rappers that they can basically make money off of and get rid of us. So basically,
and you're calling them AI? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what, the artificial intelligence,
okay.
Things that they was trying to do. So that's basically, what the video is about and what the song is about. Me and Ron Recker on the run. Me, Ron Recker, and Jaleisha, we're on the run because they're trying to clone us to create these AI rapping robots.
Wow, I got it. Okay, so backing up to the video though first, that you mentioned it that's probably was giving me that pop culture, because of course we see a lot of that. But Hype Williams also, as we take it back, that gives me some of that as well.
Right.
I definitely do like the video. I'm glad you reminded me of that part. But now going into the futuristic part of what you're saying in terms of the cloning, that's an interesting aspect, because I didn't really pay it much attention that they had signed that artificial intelligence character or whatever it was recently. And I was like, is this about to be a thing? Like, whatever, but obviously they've retracted it at this point now. But yeah, I guess you were kind of thinking the same thing, huh?
Well, seeing how, when you go to see some of these A&Rs and they want you to sound like certain artists that's already out selling records instead of them, it's no longer investing in the artist or developing the artist with these labels. They want you to have your own development. They want you to develop yourself. So in that case, to me, it's more like I might as well do this on my own. So that's the way I took it. And if you look at the game now, the way it is, it's more artists doing that and doing it on their own, opposed to
Of course.
signing with a label. So the labels now got to figure another way to do it, and then just brainstorming how would they. We was trying to set it in the future that that's what they would do, and then maybe like 2-3 weeks before I got the video, that popped up. So it was like, wow, they actually really tried to do it.
In real time, they tried to do it. You felt
So
that.
it was like, all right, well, this works.
And I think some of it is coming from the metaverse and that whole bit, and just, kind of mixing and fusing that to put the music on that side. And I guess it's now carrying over, but you all are like, wait, live streaming, real streaming, whatever this is one lane. And then that metaverse, you all let that be there, but don't cross the business, because that takes away, like you say, unless you all are going to create a character for yourselves, but that takes away from.
Yeah, but that would be the thing. If you're going to create a image of yourself, now that would be something that you bring yourself. Now, if they give you the opportunity to do that, that would be something they should invest in, opposed to trying to create one of their own and then have somebody write the raps, and then they, and then the guy that actually was writing the song, they kind of did him dirty.
But the guy that was doing the song, well, I'm not going to even get into it, but what we're really trying to say is, if you're representing yourself is one thing, but if you have others representing you, so if someone creates a character that is Snooze Daily and they're running that, you're not benefiting from that.
Yeah,
so once again, here we go with that whole bit of bootlegging in essence, or stealing your intellectual property. So you don't want to get into that for sure.
Well, that's what I said. If it's a small way you can pay to bring yourself, and you just pay them for a service of bringing yourself in that,
right?
And then you can control it. I don't see nothing wrong with that. But the fact that they're going to want to try and own it, that's a problem.
Absolutely, it's a problem, especially in this day and time where when being paid for streaming is still very low.
It's still devaluing the music to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You gotta, as an artist, we just gotta come up with ways to market yourself and sell your brand and still sell your music for what it's worth.
And that's why you have that merch sitting next to you, I assume, obviously as another stream of artistry. So let's talk about your merch, and please share your social media or website so that they can find it.
I mean, they can go to, they can go to Instagram, Snooze Daily. Basically contacting me in the DM, and we can get you situated with your size and everything, and address or where to ship it. And we're actually getting into the mode of actually trying to get it to where it's done. As soon as you order, we'll have somebody taking care of that, and I don't have to, do it myself. But at the same token, you can find, like I tell people, Google the name Snooze Daily. There's all different type of music I have out. Some of it is free streaming. I got a new mixtape I just dropped out with DJ Cool Kid called The Movement. It's on number1music.com. So the sites are actually in my Instagram bio. So they can go to SoundCloud, they can go to Number One Music, they can go to Facebook, Twitter, all that's in the bio. And I got music everywhere. You know what I mean?
As you were talking about your music, for those that may not have caught our first episode with, talking about you coming back into the scene, just please share with everyone, because you're not new to this hip hop. So give us a background on the time that you've been in the hip hop world, and, some of the other projects that you've worked on.
Well, I've been in the game for a long time. I used to make beats, so I made beats. So back, when my brother Crack Val, rest in peace, he was signed to Loud Records. So, just to be able to be around that and be in the offices and see some of the Loud Record artists, like Pun, Raekwon, Meth, you see them people at Loud. So it was just a thing. And then just to be around that, it just actually sparked me, to do what I do.
Right.
But we used to be a group before he got signed to Loud.
Okay.
So, you know, through them years of just working and doing and making beats, I started hanging around a lot of young producers and they started making beats and I thought their music was fire. So I grabbed them up
Mm-hmm.
and decided to start rhyming, and
Okay.
now we're here. And then I actually, when my boy Crack Val passed away, I kind of gave up for a little while. But I said if I was going to do it, I was going to do it seriously. So trying to connect with found Phantom. We started working last year. We started with the Oh Lord, and it did pretty well. So we decided to, we've been working. So I actually got this song done with Rhyme Records, something that was the talking was in the making, but it took some time, getting to know each other because I was kind of new to the camp at the
Okay.
time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So, shout out to the team, Renoir Dollars, Silence, El Hag, this Beast and Wolverines joint is part of the Phantom starting five that he
And
dropped.
shout out to MJ also as you're
Yeah.
naming your team for
Oh
sure.
yeah, shout out to MJ.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely all the time. She keeps me on my toes, she
Yeah.
always, she's like the mama bear. She keeps you, straight and forth. So
Yeah.
always MJ. But just being in the game and being able to work with Phantom, and this is the second go round, Beast and Wolverine featuring my brother Ron Recker. So, Jaleesa, we kind of met through Phantom, with him doing other work. So she heard the song and she actually put in some work and created the dope hook. So, it was just a dope collaboration and it was a no-brainer. So it came out dope.
Yes. It came out dope. And ladies and gentlemen, as Snooze stated, it is in your bio. You do have it up as well on your
Yes.
okay.
The
And
Beast,
I have it as well on my
they
page.
get the link. They get the link in the bio to take them right to the Beast and Wolverine scene.
Yes, Beast and Wolverines. And what was the inspiration for the name of that?
Well, looking at me and Ron Recker, and I'm a big old school fan of comic books and all the stuff like that. So, looking at just saying to myself, like we're both beasts in the mic, in the booth, and you know, when we get to it, it's kind of like shredding up things. So it just it was just one of those things that came to me, and I reference it in the verse because it's like the X-Men. Phantom's like
Okay.
Xavier, you know what I mean? And he puts
Okay.
it all together. So that was my whole interpretation of it all.
Oh, interpretation of it. So a bit of comic, a bit of futuristic, adding in some of the pop and obviously some of the dynamics of the traditional old school hip hop or the hip hop that we know we grew up on. So you fused all of that, which is genius actually to cross those markets and give something for everyone. When you're looking at that video and you're listening to the lyrics, I think it's cool. So um, shout out to you and Phantom of the Beat and all the features that are on that particular single. I do enjoy it as well. Now, if you had the opportunity to work with someone, you know, out now, with who would that be?
As far as just anybody
Anybody.
or
Yeah,
out that's
anybody.
out right now,
Yeah, anybody that's out right now.
I'd have to say Little Baby.
Okay.
He's dope.
Okay.
I like him.
Okay.
I mean, he's one of those artists at first, I wasn't really tuned into him. And it wasn't because I didn't like the music. It was just I had to really sit down and listen. You know what I mean? I think sometimes people get caught up in the music and the melodies and not listening. And sometimes they don't understand where they're coming from. And for me, listening to him and him being kind of the young crowd, it was, it was an experience for me. It was dope. So
Okay, so you
for
do
him,
enjoy. Uh-huh.
I do enjoy listening to his music. He comes with content. He has a message, and he's also giving the young crowd what they want as far as the feel and everything. So he's definitely dope to me.
Yeah, yeah, he's evolved. I think that he's done well with his career and
Mhm.
just kind of crossing over into definitely an artist, an icon. If you
Right.
is not just a rapper, but he's, crossed over into doing some philanthropy and obviously making certain that his message is reaching different, I guess, age groups at this point, because you're talking about it. And of course, the young people are always loving Lil Baby, but he's everywhere. I mean, he's been with Kirk Franklin and, across all the genres. So I think that is super cool that they have kind of allowed him to evolve into, to me, I think he's headed to being an icon for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. Now, if you were touring, where would you like to go, and what's the plans for touring?
For me, touring is mostly going to be overseas.
Okay.
I would like to go to Japan,
Mm.
Paris, do the London scene. I definitely talked to some people from Berlin that
Okay.
go on my page and would definitely like to go out there and see what that's about. You know what I mean? So I definitely started applying for my passport to start moving around.
That's
And
important.
yeah, definitely,
That passport is
but
important.
definitely started, I'm thinking about moving around. I made a couple connections here and there,
Yeah.
through last year's go around with the interviews and getting to meet people and keeping some of the relationships going. So it
About.
was one of those things where it was like, definitely gonna make a move, especially with my boy, the mixtape addict out in Paris, France. We're actually about to work on the EP that he's gonna be shopping out there.
Oh,
So
cool.
hopefully that'll
Okay.
set up some, some show situations.
That is going to be dope as well. Now, when you perform, are you performing to a track? Are you performing with a band? How do you
Well,
typically do your
I
music?
usually perform with the track, but I have no problem performing with a band because I play stand-up bass. So you know what I
Yeah. Oh,
mean?
you do?
Yeah, I used to play stand-up bass in high school, and I still
Oh,
mess with it here and there.
wow.
So
I
you
love
know,
that. Okay. So now we got to have you back again, and I need you to play it.
I don't have it, but I can get one. I can get my hands on one.
Oh
But
my
I
gosh,
do
that
I
is
do know how
my
to play
favorite.
it. So it's just one of those situations where, being in orchestra in high school and middle
Oh,
school,
cool.
it kind of takes you. And then, I come from a Caribbean household where you have to play your instrument.
Oh, okay. All right.
So,
So,
my cousin and my sister played the piano. My other cousin played the sax. I played the stand-up bass.
oh, wow. Now, I would not have known that. I don't think we touched on that the last time. So,
Nah,
guys,
we didn't.
we're getting some new information with that, but I love that. So, yeah, you definitely have to do, listen, I'm going to add you something else to your album, but you got to do something with some live music and
Oh
play it.
yeah, I definitely don't have a problem doing that. Like I have a artist that we're actually about to work on some music right now. And he
Huh?
actually his uncle actually has a live band, so we're gonna try and work it out to where we can get that song done live and we'll perform it. They got the Long Island Music Awards coming up soon, so we're gonna try and see if we can get the song together to start performing it that way. And my brother Max Bond,
Okay.
you can catch him on Foreign Boy Max. He's a dope artist out of Long Island as well.
That's cool. Yes. So you have some exciting things on the horizon, which congratulations to you actually from coming out of COVID and really getting back into the studio and being able to mix it up like you have and working with those that you want to work with. I think that's super dope and definitely an inspiration for us as some of us are still trying to put it back together. So that's dope that you were able to just jump right back into the studio.
I mean, we never stopped. I was
Okay.
working on the front lines.
Okay.
So, during the COVID, I drove an ambulance. So we was working
Oh,
during the front.
literally.
Yeah, I
Okay.
worked on the front lines, and coming home, thank God I never got sick,
Thank
anything
God.
like that.
Yeah.
But
Right.
we still worked. I still went to the studio, in monetization, of course, but we still worked and we still got music done. And we were still working through the pandemic, and it really felt like nothing ever changed for me, really, to be honest with you.
That's cool. Yeah.
It's just the point through that time to keep myself focused, I kind of just kept my head down in the music and worked on everything that I wanted to get done, at least so I kept myself busy mentally.
That's what you have to do. Obviously, keeping the creativity going so that you can stay in this time of moving forward and making the new music like you're making the futuristic style, which I really do think that that's dope in itself. So yes, congratulations on your new vibe, ladies and gentlemen. It's Snooze Daily. His new music is out on all streaming platforms, Beast and Wolverines. And you can check that out as well as the merch. You say that the merch is available and that's on your social
It's
media
it's
page.
it's available. What you can do is DM me because we haven't really because we haven't really did any stock,
Okay.
but we're gonna start doing some like stock stuff where it's just like black hoodies with white print and maybe some white hoodies or like some different type of things for the females. But
Mine has to have bedazzles. I don't want
yeah,
him
I
to
know
be
which I
shredded
know
back.
most well actually
I need
have
bedazzles.
one that we actually have some that we done for my daughter and her couple of her friends, they wanted some, so
Okay.
we did them for them, and we got the glitter. They have their little glitter hoodies, so there's
So
ways
as
of doing
long
it.
as it's got bling, I'm good.
You know what I mean? But we're definitely getting in the mood of trying to do that. I've been, working with my cousin. He does all my graphic work and all of my
Okay.
hoodies. Trying to keep it in the family and
That's
build
right.
the empire.
That's it. That is what it's about. And we do appreciate you taking out Friday evening for this special edition of Champagne and Conversations. Guys, we have had an evening with Snooze Daily. His new music is out. I want you all to check it out. I'm sure he'll be back, but maybe next time when you come back, he'll do a performance for us. Yay, in the studio.
We'll try and set something up. You know what I
We'll
mean?
try to set it up. Phantom of the Beat, I need you on it, please.
Oh yeah, we'll set something up. You know what I mean? But you see more stuff to come. I've got another single that's coming out very soon. Probably
Oh,
drop it
okay.
as far as top of like December, late December, early January.
And what's the vibe? Can you tell us? Is it
That vibe is a little more grown and mature. It's called Girl
oh,
Six.
okay?
You know what I mean? And you know, listening to the radio and hearing Ebro in the morning, he kind of said something to me. Well, he didn't say it to me, but he was saying something on the radio, and it kind of
Uh,
hit me like that is true. We don't have any more songs. The LL Cool J, I Need Love, like talking dudes being, talking about their women.
oh, okay.
So the Girl Six is more on that vibe, a guy really trying to court a woman that he likes. Basically that's the vibe of it.
Okay. And it's called Girl Six.
Yes.
And where did that come from? The title.
Spike Lee. With
Oh,
the movie
yes.
Spike Lee, Girl Six.
Okay. All right.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? So
Okay.
like a lot of my songs are inspired by movies that I watched that, impacted my lifestyle, like, the way I lived and came up certain things. You reminisce and movies help you reminisce on the times in your life. So, that's what I use as inspiration to work on some of these songs.
Right. No
So
doubt.
Girl Six came about that way, So speaking about a crush I had, so it's that way,
Okay.
you know.
I need to hear that when you have that ready. I need to hear a little sample of that. And only because I do really enjoy Spike Lee and
It's
his
not
art.
well, that's what I tell people. If they go to number one music, it's actually out on number one music.
Oh, okay. All right. Number
You know
one.
what I mean? They
Okay.
can
I'll
go to
check it
number
out.
one music and check it out. Um,
Yes.
YouTube, I have actually like a little reel snippet that I have out just
Oh,
for like
yeah.
to let people know it's coming.
Yes.
You know, I
Okay.
got my another friend of mine's on there. Her name is Lively. She's singing the hook. She's a dope R&B artist. She's actually got an album out now called One Way Out of Space.
Oh, okay. One way out of space.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're definitely into, well, as you said, X-Men, or we're into the futuristic type of thoughts now, right?
Yeah, I
We're
mean, well,
going to the moon.
it's just trying to bring people more in tune with the
Yeah.
old school music, but in
Yeah.
a new wave feel. So that's
The
how I describe my
metaverse.
music. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going
You
to
know,
the
giving
metaverse.
people something that they can play with and stuff that they could, you know, drive for when they want to work out. I try and do it all. I try and touch all aspects of it, but in my own way.
Creative. I love it. Thank you so, so much, Snooze Daily, for
All
joining
right.
us on Champagne and Conversations. We're going to take you out, and I am going to play a bit of Beast and Wolverine while we are going out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this evening. And Snooze, please come back
Definitely will.
and share some new music with us. Yes,
All
yes, yes.
right.
Stepping out inside the booth. My drip different, ill swag, nigga, cause I'm the truth. No cape, I'm getting cake, flying in the cool. Pimp game, got your girl looking like a nigga cute. I move different, spit fire, and hell venom. 2020 vision, hit long range to listen. On the rhythm flossing, percolate my denim, blue cheese like Haj G. Put you in season coffins, spider sense.